One of the things that disturbs me is that we have come to tell the story of rapes in what I call silhouettes and shadows. We do not name those who have been raped because we believe that there is a societal stigma that they are treated with, and that is in a sense double jeopardy, it's double trauma. The law, in fact, unless the person chooses to identify themselves, doesn't allow them to be identified. Yet there are women who think it's very important to come out and tell their story in their own words, in their own name. Sunita was 15 when she was gang raped, and she has, because she believes strongly about this cause and this issue, has chosen to come here without a silhouette, without hiding her identity, without hiding behind a veil. And I'm grateful to you for sharing what happened to you with us.
She's an amazing woman who does outstanding work. Not just that, Barka, she continues helping other women.
We should give her a standing
ovation.
Yeah,
really.
Please.
It's quite embarrassing because I don't think I deserve a standing ovation. I'm a person who decided to live my life at my own terms. I refuse to believe that I was spoiled, I was destroyed, that my soul can be broken by 8 men who gang raped me. It's 24 years since I was being gang raped. I chose to channelize my anger, which is very unfortunate because in 24 years, the anger is not gone.
Yeah.
It continues every day. It continues when I hear the Delhi story. There's a 5-year-old child in Hyderabad right now, battling for life in Nilofer Hospital, raped by 4 men.
Beasts.
Beasts, yeah, beasts. I mean, there is no other word for it.
So the anger of exclusion, anger of being questioned for your move, anger of being blamed for something that you have never done, and the whole conspiracy, and I totally agree with the wonderful lady there, you know, the way society makes you feel cheap, shame and pained. Meaning, when my own instance happened, I chose not to feel like a victim. And I don't want to be called as a victim. I'm a rape survivor. And I've survived. But it bothered many people that I didn't cry.
We're all crying, I can tell you that.
It bothered
because it's just, you're amazing. You're amazing.
So, you know, she's so arrogant. Look at her. So much has happened to her and she's walking like this freely. My parents were blamed for the freedom that I got, extra freedom that I got. Worse than that, the whole conspiracy of the people around me was to make me feel ashamed of my own self. But what people don't realize is that as a person, I am brave in the daytime. But the nights, I have to deal with myself. You have to deal with your nightmares. You have to deal with the sense that some 16 hands had groped you. You have to deal with the pain, the shame that you're going through. That you can't tell anybody, because if you say anything to anybody, you asked for it. You know, why did you go there?
Did you have to deal with a lot of that?
Absolutely. I had to deal with it for the last, even today when I speak about it, and I speak about it with a lot of pride because I'm very proud to what I have become today. I have not done a mistake. I don't want my face to be blurred. I am not to be ashamed for. The guys who did it, they should be hiding their faces. They should be blurring their faces. But what bothers me from then to now is the attitude of the society is not changed.